This week's episodes of Deck the Hallmark are presented by Aura Frames. Later in the show, find out how you can save $45 on your Aura frame this holiday season.
This is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Hi, I'm Bran, and I love a Hallmark of football Christmas movies.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark Christmas football movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise the Bills Mafia.
And I'm V Spehar, and I love the Bills and their Christmas movies.
And this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Hi, everybody. How are we today?
Wonderful.
It's always a good day.
It's always a good day.
That's
It's
right.
Thanksgiving week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thankful to be here for to talk about some Hallmark movies, and I'm thankful that V is back to help us do so. Hi, V. How are you?
Hey guys, I am good. You know, it's like Christmas is upon us when I get to like Sugar Plum Fairy my way back into the Bramble Jam studios.
Yeah,
That's
right.
exactly right.
Yeah. Now, V, people might know you from
Under the Desk News.
Under the Desk News.
Yeah.
Maybe you've heard of it.
Hard-hitting stuff. You have like live stream walked along the parade, which I've never been more
did.
jealous of you in my life.
That was a cool one.
But I think what you are most proud of is the fact that you've been on this show multiple times now.
I have recurring guest, and I was saying before we got on, this was the first guest spot that I was like invited to be on. So the very first time I guested on a podcast was your guys' show, and that kind of makes you the discoverers of Under the Desk News.
You,
Like, all
you
my
guys all
future
hear that,
success
right? We were the
came from
first.
this program.
That's right. We invited V on the show.
Yeah.
The rest
Yeah.
is history.
The rest is history.
That gave her the bump that they needed to
That's
get
exactly
Yes.
right.
moving.
the
Yeah.
It's the
DTH
DTH bump.
Yeah, that's
We all know.
We should trademark that real quick.
Now, V, I know that you haven't been busy
No.
this year at all.
No.
Nothing,
Not even a
nothing
little.
going
Nope.
on.
Nope.
How many? I know you've obviously seen the Bills movie. We're about to talk
Oh,
about
yes.
it. But have you been around the Hallmark Christmas movies yet? Have you been bringing them into your house to fill
They've
your
been
house with
coming
holiday
in.
cheer? Yeah.
They've been starting to filter their way in. They're starting to make their way. We put up our tree already.
Okay.
We do
Yeah.
that like on Halloween night because
That's
I
brand
am
too.
just like very ready.
Yeah, you're
and
ready.
so then you start to get the Hallmark in the background. I've seen the Bills movie twice now, so I really enjoy it. I think they did a great job. I know we'll get into it, but I'm excited for this slate. I feel like it's going to be another great year for Hallmark.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
some good
I mean,
ones.
we're halfway through at
We
this
are.
point. It
That's
feels
right,
like
yeah.
there's just 24 movies, so it's like
Have you seen
You know,
most
light
of the
work.
rest of them so far?
Not yet. No.
Okay.
you'll
Nope.
get there.
Yeah, you'll get there.
I believe in you.
Looking forward to the
Yes.
Cat Cafe one. I think
Yeah.
that'll be.
We
Yeah.
all are. I
Cat,
think.
Dan's got that circled on
Yeah.
the calendar.
What we need, another cat movie.
That's exactly right. Now, I do want to ask, I know we're going to get to your thoughts on the movie during the hot take, but you were lucky enough to go to the premiere.
I did.
I want to hear, one, like how that came to be, but also
Everything.
without spoiling your thoughts on the movie, how was the
Just the
experience
premiere.
overall? Yes.
So I do a lot of work with Buffalo Bills, and they were the ones who invited me. They were like, "We're doing the Hallmark premiere. We know because you've asked us many times when it was happening, what's going on with it." And so they invited me and Natalie to come. And what was incredible is Buffalo and Western New York is the type of place where if you say there's going to be a letter opening at noon, 1,000 people will show up. Like they come to friggin' everything. Okay. So to have this come to town was like next level. So we're driving up and I figured, I'll be able to park at the movie theaters. They'll be okay. No, streets shut down for miles around where the movie
my
theater
God.
was in East Aurora, where they filmed, which is a suburb just south of Buffalo. And we did a peppermint pep rally. So there was like a parade that all the stars came in and a lot of the Bills
Write that
players
down. That's
came
really
in.
good. I don't know where we're going to That's really
Peppermint
good.
rally.
Yeah. Peppermint
The
pep
peppermint
rally.
pep rally was incredible, and they had fake snow, and they had giveaways for the kids, and they brought in real reindeer, and it was this classic old movie theater, and it had all of the feels of like being immersed in what a Hallmark town is, mostly because they actually did film it there. and the whole cast was there. They set up all of the chairs had like your little gift bag with it and like little blankets and pillows and cute stuff. And they gave away the official Bills Hallmark ornament too. So I got one of those, and it's a very good ornament. It's like a Santa with the #1 Bills finger, which I know you guys will sure to be picking up in your Patriot scare.
Yeah.
But it just they just absolutely nailed what it means to be from Buffalo, what it means to be a Bills fan, and they put on an incredible event for people. It was really lovely.
Okay.
There you have it.
Now,
It's a good thing we weren't invited.
I'm sure you hated the movie.
Yeah. Oh, I've only seen it twice, taped it. Yeah, I have it on in the background all the time.
V taped it.
Taped it.
Taped it.
V
Took out the
busted
VCR.
Out the VHS.
Got it
popped
on tape.
I mean, you got it.
Paused out commercials.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, I had to
Remember pausing out the
re-record
commercials?
over my
Yeah.
wedding because I was like, we got to
Some
do
things are
this.
more
Some things are more important.
Closest one.
That's exactly right. Speaking of things that are more important,
Ooh.
I shouldn't have segued that way. Your
Yeah, no, this
wedding's
is-
very important.
How dare you?
We put out a book, though, which
did.
isn't as important.
No, just to be clear.
Want it
It's
on
a
the
great
record.
wedding gift.
It's
It's
a
a great
great
wedding
Great
gift.
wedding gift.
Yes, and you might be wondering, how did we do
Yes.
with our quest?
Because
to
last
get-
week,
Last week
the
you wanted to
quest,
get to
the
rural life #1.
Well, #1 in small town romance.
Small town
we
romance.
were at 90.
We were 90.
We were at 90.
Not great.
We didn't make it.
Oh no!
And now we're
Unbelievable.
currently 117.
Unbelievable.
We'll get the dust bunnies on it.
Well,
we'll get the
yeah.
dust bunnies on it. We'll get you up there.
You
Yeah.
have
This
to
is what we
wonder what'll it take?
Yeah, that's
for
a
us
good
to get to
question.
#1.
We
and the
last
small town
week
romance.
you said what'll it take,
Yeah.
and we dropped 27
Well, turns
spaces.
out we didn't figure out what it would take last week. This week's a
this
new
is
week.
something we should have done during pre-sale, not weeks after the book's been
true.
out. The book's been out a month and a half,
Yeah.
Brand. I don't think it's going to jump
What'll it
100
take?
spaces.
Hey, what'll it
I've
take?
taken that as a challenge. I feel like
Yeah.
I can get you there. Let's
Okay.
see. What
All
are you
right.
trying to get it to in small town
We're
romance?
trying to get it to #1 in small town
Yeah,
romance.
number
V.
one,
Right.
V.
We're
Yeah.
I feel like let's try. You know, why not? That's all we can do.
V,
All
if
we
you
can do.
if you
That's
like
all
do
we
your
can
next
do is
your
try.
next big video about some crazy thing
Good
that's
News
happening in politics.
Thursdays, please.
Good News Thursdays.
Good News Thursday.
You have this book. You can get it #1. So you can get that, and also Christmas movie magic. This movie, the Bills movie,
On Christmas Movie Magic.
yes, apparently very high scores for
Yes.
with the Bills.
We've
movie.
almost sold out for the year.
Wow,
so
really?
you got to go. I believe there's some on Amazon and Uncommon Goods, but that's it. And,
Yeah.
and then we're about done.
That's right.
And
Or you
then
can- or you can
expansion
come-
pack.
yeah.
You can find us in person. We're going to have some in person.
We're
That's
going to
true.
be at we got a live show this Sunday in Greenville, South Carolina. Take the
That's right.
Hallmark.com/live if you want to come and see us record an episode live. We're going to be at the Christmas market here in Greenville at the Convention Center.
That's right.
Next week.
Correct.
And then we'll be at Christmas Con the weekend after that
in New Jersey.
Yes.
Yes.
So
It's a busy 15-day stretch coming up. Brandon.
we're doing it all. we're running the circuit. We're doing all
We're
the
road
things.
tripping up there.
Yes, we
sure
are road
are.
tripping.
We're
Yes.
road tripping up there
We are
to
going
New
to
Jersey.
and we're going to live stream our
The
road
whole
trip
thing.
up to Jersey. It's going to be a lot of fun. More on that to come. And we also might be live streaming the parade still, the Greenville parade. So
Oh my God.
Oh, really?
Lots to get, I don't know.
Yeah, they reached out really
Lots
like
to get
believe it.
to.
Yeah.
Lots to get to, of course. Okay.
V didn't get a call for that parade, though,
No,
right?
no.
Did you
Okay,
get
all
a
right.
call from the Greenville parade?
Oh, boy.
No,
yet.
again.
Not yet.
Another year.
Snubbed.
Another year. It's unbelievable.
Maybe next year. Dare to dream. Dare to dream. All right, let's talk Holiday Touchdown, Bill's Love Story, the sequel, but an anthology sequel
Sure.
of sorts to the Chiefs' love story. Very different. This movie originally premiered in Buffalo, I guess a couple weeks ago, and then on Saturday nights, November 22nd, on the Hallmark Channel, and it went a little something like this. So Morgan is on a date at a bar while a Bills game is going on. Who is this guy? What a moron! She can't stop watching the game on the TV. The date is like, "What's going on? Why can't she pay attention to me?" She just wants to watch the football game, and he's like, "I'm not having this. I'm leaving." But at least now she can just watch the movie or watch the game, drinking a drink made by Andrew Walker. And isn't that the dream? The next day, she is with her family, the Quinns, who are together with their best friends and next door neighbors,
And Queens.
the DeLuca's family. Morgan is excited when Gabe shows up. They've been friends forever, and Gabe has been secretly in love with her forever. With both of them now being single, maybe now is the time for him to shoot his shot. They go to snag a Christmas tree at the same lot as Tyler Hines and Hunter King for some reason. And also,
Buffalo has the best Christmas trees.
you got to go all the way there.
Yeah.
And also, Magical Santa from the last movie is also there. I'm sure it's no big deal, though. When they get back home, they find an envelope for Uncle Tommy. And they give it to Uncle Tommy, and it is a Christmas ornament. And he tells them a story about how somebody has been sending him stuff like this for 55 years. It's a real mystery here, who it is. It all started... after he got drafted into the war, his family was sent groceries and cash money. And then eventually, once they kind of got back on their feet and he came back from the war, they've just been sending ornaments every year. And it's all very nice, but don't know who it is. There's really no way to tell. Morgan and Gabe decide to try to find out who this mystery giver is. And I think it's going to be harder than they initially thought. After a day together, and really seeing her in her element at the hospital where she works, he tries to shoot his shot, but starts to sweat and gets distracted by the Christmas light display at the house, which is getting turned on. Naturally, it's Bill's themed, so it's very nice. They ask Uncle Tommy to show them more of the ornaments that have been sent to him over the years, and he does that. They show on the bottom of one of the ornaments is a sticker for a store in town. So they go to see if that store happens to have receipts from the 70s. Luckily, they do. Up in the attic. They got and they only sold they only sold a handful of those ornaments, so you just got to find those and you'll be able to track them down, right? So they go up and they start combing through these receipts, and it's going to take quite some time. They find we got a hit, but they can't really make out the name on the receipt, so it's not the hit that they were hoping for. It's clear as crystal to everyone that he is in love with her. Literally everybody that they come in contact with can tell that he is in love with this woman. They finally track down the mystery giver. It's Mia, a childhood friend of Tommy's, who has secretly been in love with him all of these years. Gabe, feeling a bit of kinship to her situation, is like, we gotta tell Tommy ASAP. Mia's like, I don't want that. I want to remain anonymous. Gabe won't let it go, and Morgan is like, what is up with you? And he's like, I love you, okay? Is that what you want me to say? I love you. She responds by
walking away.
What everyone loves to hear after being told I love you is I'm gonna take a walk. It's time for the big Christmas game, and Gabe,
big Christmas Gabe.
He's a big Christmas Gabe. Gabe's nowhere to be found. Turns out he's orchestrated a big event here that's going to be happening in center field. Mia's daughter is to be the troop shout out of the day. I didn't write down what it was called. It can't be troop shout out of the day though, right?
Should be.
Troop shout out of the day.
It's
shout out.
salute to service. And it's her niece, not her daughter.
Whatever. Get out of here. He
gets a salute to service for that,
that's
I
right.
believe.
So Tommy comes out and is like, hey, guess what? I know your secret. I know that you've been my secret giver, Mia, and I want to thank you. And I also want to tell you that I love you. And they kiss, and everybody's going nuts, including Morgan. Morgan can't believe everything that Gabe did to make this happen. Her sister then goes into labor, so they can't take the family photo at the game like they always do. It's a tough break.
It's tough.
And so on Christmas Day, Gabe has orchestrated another big thing because Gabe works for the Bills and has made it possible for them to go.
Jim Kelly to come out there on Christmas Day, though.
I think he got Jim Kelly. They're going to go out on the fields at the stadium. They're going to play catch. They're going to take a picture, and Morgan is going to kiss Gabe real good. And that, my friends, was
Holiday Touchdown, a Bills love story.
Go Bills!
Go Bills!
We did it.
Give me a hearty go Bills. All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to break this movie down. And I believe V is going to fact check me some more.
I got you.
On the other side of the break here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Dan, this week is brought to you by Aura Frames. Dan, if there's one thing I know about our loved ones, it's that all they really want for Christmas is more of the people they love, more of their family. And it's hard when you have family members that are living all around the country, even all around the world, it can get difficult to feel connected. That is where Aura Frames comes in clutch. It is the perfect gift for the loved ones in your family.
It sure is, Bran. You can upgrade this year. You can upgrade the gift that you send to your family and the memories and how they are kept through Aura Frames. Unlimited free photos for the life of the frame. You can upload straight from your phone. My favorite feature, preload photos before you ship the frame. So when that person gets that gift with the frame that you're going to load up with pictures, say it's your parents and you have kids, when they open the frame up, there's already going to be pictures of their grandkids on it when they open it. 30-second videos, that's also included. Listen, it's not just us that loves Aura Frames. It's been on Oprah's favorite things list 3 different times. It is the best possible digital frame, highest quality pictures you can buy. You need to upgrade and get you an Aura frame this year.
That's right. And for a limited time, you can visit auraframes.com and get $45 off the Aura's best-selling Carver matte frames. That's the one that we have here in studio. It is named #1 by Wirecutter, and you can get $45 off by using promo code DECK at checkout. That is auraframes.com. Promo code DECK. This exclusive Black Friday Cyber Monday deal is the best of the year, so order now before it ends. You can support the show by mentioning us at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. We're back, everybody. Hi. We're talking about the holiday touchdown Bills love story today. Big movie.
Sure.
Big follow-up to the Chiefs one. Does it live up to the hype that came last year? A movie, Dan, that you loved.
I loved
You
the
loved the holiday
last year. It's
touchdown.
my second favorite of the year last year. Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to keep us all on our toes a little bit longer because I want to hear Brian's hot take
We
first.
got V
before-
here.
I
Let's
know.
get to Brian first.
Yeah, I know.
think that's what's
Brian,
key.
you're wearing your Patriots garb.
That's right. The 10-2
Incendiary.
Patriots.
Something like that. Is that what we're at
That's
now? Man,
unreal.
you
It's
just lose
so
track, you know?
stupid.
What did you think of the Bills love story?
Well, this last year, if you remember, there was, like you said, Dan, a ton of hype.
So much hype.
And for a lot of people, that's sort of like
soured
not
them.
ruined it. Yeah, it soured
Yes.
it. We missed all of it because we
We watched the screener and we didn't watch the actual,
So same with this one. I don't know. There was a lot of hype around it. I don't know about commercials. I don't
Not
know
as
about
much
anything.
hype.
It doesn't
Not
feel
nearly
like
as
it
much.
couldn't have been.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll get to that in 1 second. I had a good time. Buffalo looked great. It looked like a lot of fun up there. They did a really good job incorporating the whole town. That bar looked awesome. I wanted buffalo wings so bad while watching this movie. I didn't get them. I'm just remembering this. I wrote down my
Did you
notes.
like order any?
No, I didn't.
Just thought
That
about
would've
it.
been
just
one
thought-
step. Could have
I gotta
taken.
get. Now I still need them. Joey
Now I
Pants
still need them.
in a kind of an unexpected role. I didn't expect. I thought he was gonna be silly. Joey Pants.
Joey Pants
Not even
out here
close.
bringing the heat.
100%. Patti Murin, same thing. Like sort of a supportive role, unexpected, really great. So I had a few laughs. The big thing is the whole time I'm watching this, I was so distracted by how important this watch was. I'm like, I cannot miss a thing. I don't want to mess this up. I knew when I had watched it, V had gone to the premiere. I knew you got to pet a reindeer.
I did.
So much. Yeah, it's like so exciting. And I was so nervous. This is like a
Why?
big spotlight.
Are you worried that you're going to say it's bad and V's going to be upset
I
with
feel
you?
like I'm not gonna watch it right or good enough and talk about it good enough.
You're fired.
I was seriously
This is so
distracted by
ridiculous.
how big of a deal it was, and like I was
Well,
nervous.
a lot of people feel this way. You're not alone. I did
Oh,
a segment a couple of years ago for the Buffalo Bills on their channel, which was about how to be a bandwagon fan because
Yeah.
the Bills were starting to get really popular and people want to root for this team that's
Mm-hmm.
like never quite got their way. And we did a whole thing about how to be a bandwagon fan, about how it could be intimidating to approach the Bills Mafia and ask to be, included, but you're always welcome. So
Oh, thank you. Okay.
you can't do it wrong.
So there's a psychology. It sounds like there's a psychology behind
There
what I'm
is.
facing here. So I was like really. It was hard to settle in to this movie. It was good. I had a good time. I thought it was well done. It was fun. Tyler showing up and saying, "Okay, let's go." Like it literally had a line that
very
was,
quick.
Okay, let's
Almost
go home.
like they were on a green screen.
Kind of very
It was
funny.
Pretty crazy.
So yeah, I thought it was good, but also like I don't know, it was a little weird to watch. This is so much going on with it.
Wow.
This is a weird way of saying it wasn't your favorite. Just
No,
say it wasn't your favorite.
my favorite.
Okay,
No,
that's
it
fine.
wasn't.
It wasn't your
but it was a
favorite.
good. It's
It's okay.
different. It's different. It's like
It's-
different than a regular movie. It's different.
isn't. It's
It
a
is.
Hallmark
It's
Christmas
so
movie.
different, guys.
All right.
Anyway, it was good to see the Patriots in the movie too.
Yeah. I can't believe we went with you first. I got to be honest.
Sorry, V. Let's get back on track. What did you think of the movie first, second, third time through?
So what I think is interesting is Hallmark is usually making movies that are sort of generally for everyone. This was for Buffalo. And I
Absolutely.
think that that's why I had such a good time, and why somebody who's not from Buffalo was like, I liked it, but I felt like an outsider kind of watching it. Whereas I was like, they're nailing it, and the food, and they got the peanut stick from the right bakery. And yes, they're talking about the wings, and everything they were doing was so perfectly Buffalo that I just lit up and felt very seen by this. And I think it's an interesting choice for Hallmark to make such a niche movie and have all of those little moments right. So I loved it. I thought it was a great story. I thought my favorite part of the movie was actually the beginning when she's on the date with the guy who likes soccer, and she's trying to watch the Bills game and it's not working out. And I was just like, that is very relatable. Okay. Like that is like iconically relatable. Like you know better than to ask somebody to do something not Bills related on a Bills day, especially if they're at Bar Bill.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just so clever. I thought the lead girl who played Morgan was nailing Buffalo. She had that enthusiasm. I love that she worked at the Children's Hospital. That's like a huge charity that the Bills work with all the time. And I just felt like every single moment felt like I was home and in Buffalo and really seen, with the exception of, why did we need the Kansas City couple to come to our tree farm? I was like, get out of my town. I'm not, get out of here.
Yeah.
It's not your day.
Yeah.
V
The one
saying
thing
what
I was
everyone's
disappointed-
thinking. Tyler Hines, kick
Get
rock.
out of here,
Get out of my
Tyler
town.
Hines. Well, what's wild is
Well, I want to just say the one thing I was disappointed in, though, is last year, for all the hype that there was also a proprietary merch line. Remember, they made like
I
the
remember,
scarves and all that?
yes.
They didn't do that for this one. We didn't
What?
get
True.
merch.
oh my
was
God.
bummed.
Disappointing.
And we love some Buffalo merch. I mean,
I saw in the movie. There's a lot of
There-
cool Bills merch.
there's a lot out there, and people fill their houses with it. So missed
Buffalo
opportunity.
Buffalo outclassed by Kansas City when it counts once again. You know what I mean? It's just one of those.
V, was there anything that maybe we wouldn't have given a second thought to that they missed when it comes to the Buffalo at all?
The only thing that they missed is the Children's Hospital, which used to be the O'Shea Hospital, has been the Golisano Children's Hospital all this year. Now, I know they probably had to film it last year, but
interesting.
Tom Golisano, who is a living former executive and just real big philanthropist up here, gave them a $50 million donation. They're now renaming the hospital to be the Golisano
That's
Hospital.
what it takes.
This dude is really great. He's probably one of the only non-problematic billionaires I can think of.
Oh, good.
And so it's sort of interesting that they had to use the old name. That's the only thing that wasn't perfect.
Okay.
There you go.
Only
There you
thing
have
that
it.
wasn't perfect. Yeah, so I was high on the movie last year, and I'm a bit less high on this one. I am notorious for not liking a movie where
this is
there's
true.
like a thing that you're like, it's like a scavenger hunt of sorts, trying to find the mystery behind an object. I have had a tough time with that. What has become an ongoing trope in Hallmark movies.
It was
which
in
is
Holland Roden's last movie, Five Gold Rings.
right.
Last year.
We found this thing. What is it? Who does it belong to? Like that, I have never quite grabbed onto that one, and it was the part of the movie that I liked the least. I really liked these two leads together, and I really liked Joey Pants, even though I don't have any, I don't care.
Ralph Cifaretto.
I've never seen
yeah.
Sopranos, but
Come on.
It's the mafia, baby. They had to bring in somebody from The
Right.
Sopranos. I
Yeah.
thought that was great.
But
They brought in Bobby Bacala and Ralph Cifaretto. They brought in
like-
two heavy hitters.
the cast of characters in this movie was wonderful. And so there's a lot to like in this movie, surrounded by a trope that I get bored by quite quickly. And so, yeah, it was just an okay for me. Not as good as last year's football movie for me personally, but I know there's a lot of people that were out on the Magic Hat last year that are likely going to be in on this.
That's right, yeah.
And so they've done one for all of us, and I'm maybe we won't do it again next year. I don't know. Dan?
Yeah, V, I actually really appreciate your review because I do think that this movie was for Bills fans. And this is an organization that has never won a Super Bowl, has been very close 4 times, and their fans continue to become more rabid and more loyal. as
You can
this
taste
fever
it.
pitch just continues to grow. And so it's like, speaking of fever pitch, the movie Fever Pitch that the Farrelly brothers did for the Red Sox, not knowing that the Red Sox were going to win the World Series when they filmed the movie.
Well, we thought we were going to win because we got the Hallmark movie.
That's right.
We were
Right.
like, this is the year.
So
and
maybe it is.
It's I don't know.
I mean,
And Hard Knocks,
no,
right? Wasn't
yeah.
Hard Knocks this
And
year
Hard
as well?
Knocks was
So
with
Well,
us too. Yeah.
as a Dolphins fan that actively hates the Bills, I'm torn because I do appreciate great fandom. The movie itself, though, weirdly enough, I think was more of a love letter to the folks of the area.
Yeah.
Whereas last year was the Chiefs, which is probably the most known team right now in the sport. And it was very much about the football game and what it means to be a fan of football. Like that's what last year's movie was. There was a lucky hat that was lost, and it played to everyone, in my opinion, in this way that if you know sports and you love sports, you can latch on to the idea of what it's like to love something bigger than yourself that's completely out of your control, that makes no sense, but you love it anyway. And there's something to get swept up in the romantic side of what it means to be a sports fan. This movie, really not even about the football game. I mean, like, I think they're playing the Patriots. I think they win. I don't know. This is about Bills Mafia. This is about Buffalo. This is about, you know, this very specific instance of not telling someone you have feelings for them when you do, you know what I mean? It's like the juxtaposition of not being honest with who you are with the person most comfortable with, while just being so incredibly over the top about your fandom for a football team. And it didn't really work for me. But if I was from the area, I would feel very seen. Like, they didn't take any shortcuts. Last year's movie had this great Ed Begley monologue with the seats and the whole thing. And I don't think any of this thing in this movie got near that. But, Joey Pants, Steve Schirripa, phenomenal in supporting roles. Just like, Joey Pants making up for the fact that they wasted him in Santa Stakeout and really getting some really dramatic scenes that are really good in this movie. The two leads are fine. I don't know if I want to see a new NFL Hallmark partnership every year, but I do think that
I think you're getting one.
Yeah.
From chatter at the premiere,
Oh,
I
boy.
think you're getting one every year.
I
Seems
think both,
like it.
both
Yeah, I think
sides
they've signed something.
are all in on this idea. And I will say this, last year the Chiefs did go to the Super Bowl after getting the movie. So if the Bills go to the Super Bowl this year,
That's big.
the teams will be lining up.
That's big. Yeah, I want
for.
to next
And if
year
that's
be
the
bold.
case, holiday touchdown, a Dolphins love story. Like, what do we need to do? What do we need to do? I'm back in at that point.
I was
Place
gonna
is out.
Dan Marino has to find a missing dolphin.
Yeah,
Ace
yeah,
Ventura.
Fiddler
Yeah.
and Einhorn.
He
Yeah, you
falls
got
in
it.
love
Yeah.
with the dolphin, which is wild.
crazy.
But
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what? I want to see them do a truly bad team. Just a
Browns.
team like
Browns
just
love story.
That would be a great one.
It
Next
really
year.
would be. Yeah.
I think that is the charm of the Bills, though, is like they're good now. They're good, and I think they haven't lost that charm yet. The Chiefs lost the charm when they won 800.
We've
straight
been
games.
sick of the Chiefs for a while
Yeah.
now. Yeah. Let's get to all the feels. The thing in this movie that gave us the feels. Brian, I know you had a tough time. But were you able to find any feels?
Yeah, I sure did.
Okay,
Because there were some really funny moments that stood out, especially the one that I think I laughed out loud at this. Near the end, at the tailgate, when Morgan's mom is setting up the food spread, she says, "I just want the food spread to feel sophisticated." And I laughed out loud
So
because
good.
it's
So
like,
good.
it's so layered because it's funny at its face where it's like, you're at a tailgate on the side of the road. Like, what are you talking about? But it wasn't played for a joke. It was like, they get it. Like, they understand what they're talking about. The context of that was just really, that sort of summed up like how cool that whole family bond was. And I think they did an awesome job with the family and the wildness and the chaos. And so that one little moment, I laughed at that, thought that was great.
All right. V, what gave you those feels?
So mine was when they go down to, I think it's Gabe's sister's basement, the Bills Mafia basement.
Yes. Yeah.
Because that is also something that exists in a lot of houses, that you have like a whole space that you gather and you watch and you eat, and the merch is like holiday gifts and birthday gifts from all over the years. There's never enough of it. And I just loved being in that space with them because it felt like nostalgic. It also felt like they really, really got Buffalo, and it gave me a lot of feels. People are really proud of their Bills basements, and I'm glad that it made it in.
That's awesome.
And mine was going to be related to that, but just that scene in general. Like, you have these two guys, Sopranos. We have the mafia time. We have all that, and to have this scene that is like, "What are you doing for me?" But it's her doing it, not
Yes.
either of the two guys that you would be expecting to
The
do
little
this.
dog,
It
all
was-
of it.
yes,
all
it
of
wa-
it was very
It was very funny, and I really liked that. Dano?
My feels was a restaurant that used to exist here in South Carolina called Moretti's. Actually, Moretti's still exists, but it's been sold and now is very much not what it used to be.
I was about to.
But Moretti's was owned by a guy named Peter Moretti. He's from Buffalo, New York. And the left side of the restaurant was an Italian restaurant. The right side, separate wall, was a bar that was literally taken out of Buffalo and placed here in Greenville, South Carolina. Bill's gear everywhere. The Duff's Wings recipe, like Labatt's on tap, which you couldn't find literally.
Gotta have.
Literally couldn't find Labatt's anywhere in Greenville aside from at this one place. Beef on weck, for fish fried. This whole all just here. And it just so happened to be the place my wife and I started dating when we were in high school because it was close. And I got to know the owner, Peter, and knew him for years and years and years. And I would go and watch games over there, hear these great stories of all the miserable times of being Bills fans, Scott Norwood, wide right, like the whole thing. And what it felt like to go in there, even though I've never been to Buffalo, is very much what I felt like in this movie. And I missed that place dearly. I know that the sign is still on the door. They've taken down all the family pictures. They've taken down all the Buffalo gear. It's not the same place. Yeah. But that's what that was my one connection to this movie. And it was so cool to think about. So that's my
V, do you have a Bills superstition like the Chiefs hat in last year's movie?
So we do. So in fact, I cannot stay in the stadium for the entire game or they will lose. So I have to leave.
I've heard that. Yeah.
It's my curse. I have to leave after the third quarter or they lose. This has happened every single time. Yes. Wow. Happens every single time. Every time I stay the whole time, they lose. So I have to leave after the third.
Wow.
I have to. And the other thing, the new thing this year is the rivalries jersey. We now believe that the new rivalries jerseys they came out with, the all whites that are so dope,
they're slick,
are actually a curse because we lost to the Patriots so badly, and that was like the first game we lost after winning. So
coolest
the rivalries
the Bills have ever worn.
I know,
and it's cursed.
And everybody went and got it, right? Because it was like such a thing, and now it's like, oh, you can't wear the rivalries jersey. Not on game days.
I hate that.
But to be clear, you still
this is awesome.
That's cool. You still pay to go to 3/4
full
of the
game payment.
I do indeed. Yes.
And then what do you walk out and then how far do you got to go?
Oh, first of all, you got to walk like a mile or so. So to go to a Bills game, you have to really prepare yourself. You have to put on like your heated vest thing and like your Bills snowsuit and whatnot. And then when they were tailgating in front of these people's houses, that is what the entire 2 miles around the stadium is like. It's just people's houses.
So great.
And I park at Nick's house. I don't know Nick, but my friend Rocco knows Nick.
Rocco,
and so Rocco told Nick that I'm going to park there.
Yeah.
And you park there and there's usually food. I'm in charge of breakfast pizza. So you bring, whatever you're going to bring. Sometimes they want me to bring stuff from Rochester because we have different stuff than they have. We have the Zweigel's hot dogs. They have the Salins. So it depends on what people are in the mood for.
Yeah,
right.
But it really is just such an incredible community event. And the best game to go to if you're going to go to a Bills game is the one after Christmas, the first game of the new year after Christmas, because people bring their Christmas trees and they put them in the bonfires. It's very fun.
I've heard about this.
So there's just all kinds of fun traditions and stuff like that.
It's very fun. You know what you're selling me?
Yeah.
I'm a free agent.
You gotta come up for a game
so much.
Even if you hate the team, come up and watch a game. It's a fun time. Come watch your team in our stadium.
The Bills Mafia seems legitimately wonderful.
How do we feel about the new stadium that's happening?
Well,
are we excited about it or not?
So yes and no. So the chatter at the premiere was people were leaving and they were very excited about the movie, but some folks were like, was this a Bills new stadium propaganda? Because it was so about the building of the new stadium. And there's been a little back and forth, how many taxpayer dollars were used to build it. And the Pagulas got the money. They could have swung this by themselves, but it is what it is. The problem that people have now is typically you get paid $20 plus all the coffee and hot dogs you can eat to help shovel out snow on snow game days, which is almost always. And so the new stadium, we won't need that anymore because they're heating the stadium. So we got away with no dome. So we'll still have snow, but it won't have the wind that we typically have. You go to a Bills game is like proving you can survive. It's like going to Army for some other Hallmark movies,
That's right.
Army at halftime.
And it's so fun. And so I think I'm very excited about the new stadium because I just am a very easily excited person, but I think we're going to miss it the way that a lot of people miss what you heard was called the Rock Pile, the War Memorial. They'll miss the Ralph is what this stadium is called. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
If the first season is really bad, are the Bills fans going to burn it down? Like, what's
Dude,
the-
that was my
might.
question exactly. What if
They
it's
might.
cursed?
Yeah, what if
I
it's
know.
cursed?
It's cursed. Will we go back?
Well,
Oh, man.
last year when they were building it, it was just the pit. They were joking about sacrificing people
course.
to the pit.
Oh,
no.
So there is a blood sacrifice already laid in the
Things are
foundation.
rough in Buffalo,
So I think
guys.
we'll be okay.
Very good.
We'll be okay.
All right, let's take
You
a
know what
break.
I hope?
Go
We don't
ahead.
put up the O.J. Simpson retired number
wow.
in the stadium. Maybe we let that go.
Yeah, maybe we don't have to put that one up.
Yeah.
Unretire it even.
Yeah.
maybe.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll get to the way weather with the Hallmark here on
Deck the Hallmark.
Today's episode is also brought to you by Cozy Earth. Let's be honest, we all have somebody in our life that is impossible to shop for. You go through all the articles about here's the best gift of the season. You're like, I don't know if they're going to like that. One thing that you can know for sure is that the person you got a gift for, they're going to need to sleep. And there's no gift better for helping people get a better sleep than Cozy Earth. They do it in a number of ways. Their bamboo pajama set, phenomenal, a timeless classic. Their bubble cuddle blanket is the star of any living room movie night. Everybody is just, I need this blanket. It is so darn cozy. We have Cozy Earth sheets. We have Cozy Earth blankets in my house. We love the Cozy Earth. Everybody in my house, my kids, my wife, it is the one thing that we can all agree on is the coziest thing that we have in our house. It is absolutely wonderful. And they have a 100-night sleep trial, so you can try them out. If for some reason you don't love them, you can return them hassle-free. Plus, you get a 10-year warranty because when you feel the level of comfort that comes with Cozy Earth, you're going to want it to last a decade. Here's the good news, everybody. Black Friday has come early to Cozy Earth. Right now, you can stack our code of Hallmark on top of their site-wide sale, giving you up to 40% off in savings. These deals will not last, so start your holiday shopping today. And if you get a post-purchase survey, be sure to mention that you heard about Cozy Earth right here. Wrap the ones you love in luxury with Cozy Earth. Welcome back, everybody. Deck the Hallmark, presented this week by Aura Frames. We're joined by V Under the Desk News. Not that there's any news ever going on.
Right, no. Very calm.
Pretty
Very
straightforward.
slow.
Whenever-
Took the day off. Yeah.
Whenever
I had time to watch the movie twice. I had nothing to do.
That's right. All the time in the world.
on the rare occurrence that there is something going on in the news, you are my go-to source. I go
Thank you.
straight to Under the Desk News.
Thank you, guys.
Let's talk. Wait, what? It's where we share the things in this movie that made us go. Wait, what? I'll start with you, Patriots boy.
Sure, that's me.
Yeah.
That's what they call me. So Sean McDermott shows up in this movie, which is
does.
pretty cool.
Yeah, he does.
He knows Gabe, I guess. That makes a little sense since
Sure.
Gabe's involved in the organization.
Yeah, man.
He also knows Morgan by name specifically.
That's right. He does. He does.
Which I thought was so crazy. And then I started kind of laughing at the idea that Sean McDermott in his downtime is like scrolling
That's right.
local, whatever, social media.
He's
and like,
friends with Gabe, and he's like, "Oh, what's
just
Gabe
connect,
up to?"
like, oh, wait, what are they up to? Like, it's so funny to me that like somebody in such a high power position is just like how he's relaxing is just getting in on the drama that's going on around town.
Can I tell you what I thought about Sean McDermott? Last year we got Andy Reid as playing himself, Andy Reid, and we see him in like State Farm commercials and stuff. And there's this weird intensity about Andy Reid when he acts. You know what I mean? Like he's giving you 150% of what Andy Reid is. And this was Sean just showing up for a day. You know what I mean? Like Sean
That's
was
just
just
him,
like,
man.
I'm
Level.
coming out. I'll do the thing. Tell me what to say. I'll do it, and then I'll leave, and that's who I am. You know what I mean?
And he walked and talked like he did a
And
good job.
I appreciated Sean McDermott not. Like, I like the Andy Reid put some stank on it. Don't get me wrong. Like, I like that. But for this movie, Sean McDermott just basically being at a 5 of 10 Sean McDermott is exactly what I kind of wanted. So that was pretty great.
It was.
Yeah, but him scrolling through and being like, I wonder what if these two crazy kids have gotten together yet is really funny.
Hashtag Gabe and Morgan get it going.
Gabe and Morgan.
The two more that I'll say. Mia never looking up Tommy at all was just weird that she had no like she continues
That's
sending
right.
the gifts, but just
it gets weird after the first 40 years. You know
no
what I mean?
interest in following up on what's going on. The last thing that this drove me crazy once I realized at the end of the movie that they're bugging, I forget his name, the next door neighbor, Gabe's dad, I think it was. They're bugging him about health food and his cholesterol the whole movie. Meanwhile, they're passing all the food in front of him,
That's
and they're
right.
just like
Yeah.
slapping his
You're not
hand.
even trying,
I
man.
hate that
Yeah.
so much. Like they're not even
No.
like just put on a
Tough
little
town.
act.
Tough town
I
for
guess
help
so.
food.
Yeah,
It is.
you get no
It is.
help.
But that's accurate. I mean, that's
of
kind of how
course.
it is. Always have like the moms and the daughters being like, Dad, don't eat that. But the thing they should have shown is him sneaking eating it anyway.
Yeah,
That would be
right.
like,
You know he was,
Just a couple
100%.
wings in his pocket, you know.
yeah. Pocket wings. Very common.
Right.
It's a
Very
pocket
common.
wing.
So
Yeah.
that just, I'm like, just throw, like, at least fake it around him or let him
Yeah.
have a little, like, it was just like, because, you know, you hate that for the guy, the poor guy. Anyway.
Well, Morgan eating asparagus. I was like, where'd you get asparagus up here?
No kidding.
Celery.
At one point, the carrots they have are crinkle cut.
Yeah.
And I
I
was
was like,
worried.
no.
It was crinkle cut
Oh, no.
carrots. That's
it
the
looks
thing.
like fries. It'll trick you.
Yeah,
trying
it
to
tastes like
trick him.
fries.
Sweet potato
Yeah,
fries.
come on.
V, I know you loved it, but anything make you go, wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yes. So no woman in Buffalo would ever hesitate to marry Gabe. They just wouldn't. The man, he's tall, he's good looking, he loves his mother.
Works for the bills.
He works for the
kidding.
bills, like as an engineer. Like, forget it. Like they would have been married straight out of high school. There's no way that she would have hesitated at all to be in love with him.
I
That's just not how it
100
goes.
100% agree to the point where the most unrealistic part of this movie to me was the fact that he didn't have the confidence to tell her how he felt.
man.
Like if you
He works for the bills.
Yeah.
He's got brass balls. Okay. He can do anything.
That's right.
Like,
If you are an engineer for the Bills and look like Matthew Daddario, your confidence has to be a 30 of 10.
They
like
call
it's
it
gotta
a
be
made guy is maybe the phrase.
I'm pretty
Yeah, yeah.
sure he just wakes up out of bed and just, is good to
Also,
go. He's
his sister would have got to Morgan
Yeah.
through Cathy. This would have been set up years ago. Years ago.
That's maybe my problem with the whole movie is that I buy a magic hat more than that guy being like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
My best friend, I should tell her.
I
Get outta
needed the
here.
Hallmark where, like, she was a big city doctor in Boston, and she just came home to work for the
Yeah.
Golisano children. So I would have played with that. That
Yeah,
would've
that sounds great right there.
These are just two Buffalo kids.
Yeah, that's right.
been neighbors.
Neighbors. There's nothing you can do. Anything else, V?
No, that was it. Everything else was perfect.
Wow.
Yes,
Yes,
perfect.
absolutely.
No nuts.
Did they answer this? V, this store that they go to that has all of the receipts from the 70s.
Vidler's.
Vidler's. Is it a real store?
It is a real store.
Why does
It is one of the
Vidler's-
remaining 5 and 10s. Yeah.
Why do they have all of these amazing wireframe Christmas light displays up in their attic, plugged in for no one to see?
Well, because you got to see what's downstairs. Okay, they got new stuff every year, man. It's like, it's everywhere. I don't know why they might have just put it up there for those crazy kids to fall in love. Like I could see, Cindy Claus or whatever she was,
Cindy Claus, yeah.
Cindy Claus being like, "Oh my God, they're coming up. We're gonna put on the lights upstairs for them. We're
Yeah.
gonna make it beautiful." So I'm gonna say that this was a plan by Cindy Claus.
I like that.
She pulled some of the stuff out of old stock and was like, "Let's make it nostalgic. Let's remind them of the '90s when everything was wonderful."
Not the first time this has happened. They have
Yeah.
this space ready to go for people to fall in love while
Buffalo
going
doesn't have
through receipts.
candles or
Yeah.
anything else. We have like old Christmas stuff and
Yeah.
Bill's neons. That's our mood lighting.
Yeah, 100%. I did get a kick out of the one they go to this house and it is a Bills player that is living in this
Yes,
house.
Knox.
Knox, who but seems to be just living in a
They do.
standard house,
in a
just a
neighborhood.
They
regular
do.
house.
Yeah.
Dawson Knox
Josh
just
Allen
out
lives in $1.5 million dollar house, which is like,
That's
it's
nothing.
a good hub, but but it's not crazy
Yeah.
for what he
He
does.
makes $40 million a
Yeah,
year.
he's
That's
got
nothing.
Haley Steinfeld like out on Orchard Park. Like, that's how he rolls. You know what I mean? But
That's
the boys,
crazy.
they do live just in neighborhoods,
in
like around
neighborhoods.
Buffalo. We don't have that up here. This isn't like LA or Boston or something. We have, so they live in big, nice houses, but they do just live in a house.
It's like Green Bay. Like
Yeah.
Buffalo and Green Bay both have this, like
Yes.
the town is like really invested in
Yeah,
the
it's
whole
all for
thing.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Johnny's house. Good guy. This guy.
That's
guy plays
Dawson
for the,
Knox.
That's
Just keep it
Dawson plays
moving,
for the
yeah.
Bills. You know him.
Yeah, yeah.
Sandwich in between, just a couple
Yeah,
of teachers.
trick or treating,
Yeah.
whatever you
Member
want.
of the
Yeah.
Exactly right.
HOA.
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Knox,
right.
I've been meaning to talk to you about your driveway.
That's
Knox.
right. Yeah, I don't know. You keep parking in front of my curb.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, so when they go out, when they leave his house, there is another Bills player in a car that is, and she hits the car and he's like, "Hey, get out of the way." What was he doing? Like, it seemed like he had just shown up to hang out with his buddy, but it also
Yeah.
seems like he's ready to leave and is mad that they're standing in front of the car. So,
Coming and going in Buffalo. That's what we're always coming and going. Always coming and going.
Always.
Places to be, wings to get.
Yeah,
you know.
100%. Dano?
Yeah, I know that V loved the scene at the beginning of the movie, and I did love it to like establish Holland Roden's Bills fandom. But would someone of her fandom ever agree to a date
She must have been desperate
during a Bills game?
She must have been desperate. She was like, girls got to eat, girls got to drink. We're going to go to my favorite bar, the Bar Bill. And the fact that she got a table was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, she must have a standing reservation.
No kidding.
That's a little bit what the Hallmark, because a girl like that with the family that she has would be in that Bills Mafia basement watching the games at home, most likely.
Yeah. And she's there with someone who's a soccer fan back to the
gross.
TV.
Yeah,
I don't know.
embarrassing.
Where'd that guy come from?
Humiliating in front of all your friends at Bar Bill.
Do the bartenders at Bar Bill look like Andrew Walker?
They're good looking. They're good looking
guys.
guys.
All right, so-
I'm telling you, people in Buffalo are good looking because you got to be strong. You got to haul those shovels.
Sure.
You're tall.
Do you know
Get
that?
up here.
Did you know that Andrew Walker's favorite team growing up was the Buffalo Bills? Did you know
I
this?
did not, but he was at the premiere also, which I
Yeah.
was really delighted by because he only was in it for so little. I didn't think he'd be there, and he is just as sweet in
He's
person.
the best.
a wonderful-
the
wonderful
absolute
Such a
best.
dreamboat.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He was
boy.
going around talking to everybody, being lovely.
That's who he is.
a mingler.
Never stops, never stopping.
He's
that
a
guy is
mingler, yeah.
on it for sure. So in the Chiefs movie, Tyler Hines' character plays a guy who's the director of fan engagement, which is a very weird thing for Tyler Hines to be in Kansas City. But because of that, we meet a lot of Chiefs players around the office.
Yeah.
In this movie, we casually run into Bills fans.
Bills
And
players.
Bills players. And I will give one or two of those. I will not give Thurman Thomas, James Lofton, Scott Norwood in a coffee shop. I will not.
I'm gonna tell you, possible.
No.
Possible around town, not those guys specifically, but possible around town that you run in. It's more at the Wegmans. I think they should have done the Wegmans more than a coffee shop. You run into people at the Wegmans all the time.
That's so
but
funny.
when you're in like the Bills offices and you're seeing people kind of gather around, the Bills fan team is run by this woman, Kelsey Sweet, who's amazing. And people really do gather around her office like that. So I thought that was pretty normal that you would see news anchors and like the Matty Glabs and the players sort of all coming around where the real person, Kelsey's office would be.
Yeah. Also, and then Jim Kelly, the Jim Kelly, shows up on Christmas Day.
Well, now that could be possible because if we've got a Christmas Day game at home, that's big stuff.
This was the next day. The baby had been born. This was like late. Like when was that?
Oh, they're
was
there
Christmas
for the
Day.
special.
No, the game
They're
was
there for
not
the
on Christmas
special.
Day. The game was the last game before Christmas Day. They all on Christmas Day
think
go
that's
back to the football field where Jim Kelly and other players all, I guess, leave their families and just join in
Yeah, less believable.
the fun.
Less believable.
That
one's
was
less.
pretty crazy. What else is crazy?
Hey, my
is,
boy Gabe needs us.
everybody.
Bye, family. This
Gabe Gold.
Gabe, my boy Gabe. Holland Roden's character, whatever her name is, I don't remember her name. Morgan. She is a wonderful, wonderful doctor at the Children's Hospital who has decided to take most of the Christmas season off. She does not work.
Nope.
And Bill's got a Bills. I don't know what you want from me. I know that I'm going to see some patients, but they can wait until the new year.
Well, she probably took the season off, if we're being honest.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, of
basically,
course.
she quits in August. Now we're usually out by January or so. So then she comes back. She's a fall and spring and summer. doctor.
It reminded I had to take my kid to a specialist in Pittsburgh, a health specialist in Pittsburgh, and we went to the Museum of Science, which is right beside Heinz Field. And on days where the Steelers, on Sundays where Steelers have away games, it's free.
Oh, fine.
Because they have no reason to control the parking at all. You can just park in all those lots and nobody cares, and so it's free. So maybe she just plans all of her home games to make sure she's off of work. And then when they're on the road, she comes back in. Maybe that's what happens. This was so. I'm going to bring this up, and Fever Pitch, which I've already brought up, the Farrelly Brothers movie. There is something about a fan base that is rabid, even though the team hasn't been as successful as the goal would be. You know what I mean? There was these years where people in Boston would be like, I would trade all the Patriots Super Bowls for just one, one Boston Red Sox World Series. This story sets up for it doesn't matter if you think you're good enough or not. It doesn't matter if you think it's going to go your way. You got to tell people how you feel and you got to go for it. And the fact that I have heard the story of Wide Right. Like I have heard the story of 20-19 Giants-Bills Super Bowl. I was watching it. I remember the Bills are a 47-yard field goal away from winning their first ever Super Bowl. Scott Norwood, Wide Right, who still is beloved in the town. He's in the movie. The kicker's in the movie.
Yep.
Like the fact that one of these old codgers, Steve Schirripa or Joey Pants, doesn't give some emotional moment about where they were and how, you know what, you get back up again. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that
Well,
when
they keep saying we're Bills fans. We don't quit. We're whatever. But
it was right there.
I know.
A classic, like, hey, Gabe, you got to tell her you can't go, you can't do this.
Wide right.
We can't go wide right. You got to tell her.
Because most years the Bills made the Super Bowl, the other team was, like, the 49ers were going to beat them 1,000 to nothing, whatever they want. It was just, it was Bills Giants. It was New York. And it was the one year where the Bills were favored and everything was like, it's a great, I can't imagine Joey Pants telling that story, like tears welling up in his, I thought it would have been beautiful. And I just can't believe
it might be too painful. It might be too
Maybe
painful
it's too
to tell.
painful.
We all know what happened. You know,
the Bills. Right. We don't
it's
need
like
to talk
even when
about
you
it
watch
anymore.
after the games in the last Josh Allen, what happened, and he's like, I have to do better. Like there is this thing of like nobody's ever wrong. It's always us together. Even you see what's going on with Keon Coleman right now. He was late to a meeting. He didn't get to play. They were like, if we lose today, I want you to feel what that feels like, and I want you to never let us down again. But we still got you, brother. Like he's still our guy, and I think that's a specialness of Buffalo. Certainly part of the leadership. Yeah.
All right, it's time for what the Hallmark questions that we still have that we'd like some answers to. Could be about anything. What do you have, Bri?
My big question was, are we going to keep doing this? And it sounds like we are going to keep doing this. I wonder, how are we going to keep with football? Or
that's the big one.
Can we,
I
as
think
somebody,
it's an NFL thing.
all right, well, can we get started on a spec script? Maybe that you guys are looking for here. Like, can we let us? What are you looking for? Because we're trying to get some scripts read.
You know what team is a lot like the Buffalo Bills, but for college football? The University of South Carolina, the Gamecocks in Columbia, South Carolina. That's right. A rabid fan base that starts tailgating at 6 a.m. on the fairgrounds right by Williams-Brice Stadium. They've never won a single solitary thing in their life. They bring 85,000 people to every game. Light show, 2001 plays. It's an amazing environment to watch football. It would be a great love story.
Yeah.
All right.
It's also my alma mater. Shout out.
Okay.
I think a college game could be good.
Yeah.
Did you hear? I know you heard buzz that another could be in the works. Were there any names?
They didn't have names, but there were people there who have like the official partnership people from like between Hallmark and the NFL. And so I imagine that they're going to keep doing this. And they were very excited and they seem like, you know, this is something that people like and they hear, you know, who's going to get it next year, who's going to be the team next year. And I think it's a really cool opportunity to have women who predominantly watch the Hallmark movies get their guy to watch and maybe get the family to watch. And I think it's a great way to bring people together and highlighting small towns. I think what we see in politics and the news and everything else is what's going on at the national level is so confusing and so disjointed and so divisive. When we can all just peek into a town and see people who love each other, love their neighbors, highlight their food, highlight their culture, their little 5-and-dime shops and everything, it makes us feel good. And so I think that we will get another Hallmark NFL partnership, and I hope it is the Browns or something. I think that could be a really great one, or maybe the Dolphins. Maybe they do a summer one.
Somebody in the Double Decker chat said, get Brian Harrell to write a script for the Patriots. The Patriots need no help from any holiday touchdowns. I'm sorry. The answer, absolutely not. I think
it's a good story, though.
Baltimore would be a great one. If we did Baltimore, that could be a great team. They've got a great town.
Yeah.
What if you tell a story about an old coach who falls in love with a much younger woman and
he goes to college.
Maybe there's something there.
I don't know. Or we could do another one of the Buffalo Bills, but it'll be in the new stadium, and then we'll be talking about, you know, how great the new stadium was, and then we'll really know it was a propaganda
move for sure.
Or like, are the Rams gonna move again? Like, is there any team that's like potentially going to lose from that town? That'd be a good one.
Yeah,
and it probably will be a cold town. Like it's got to be a cold. You know, Christmas time, winter time. It's probably going to be a cold town.
Do you have any other questions that you would like answered, V?
Well, I would love to know: are they sort of shipping? You know, the Morgan and Gabe characters, will they be reoccurring in multiple now? Are they paired up? I think, because I thought they had great chemistry. I thought they were very cute together. So I was like, I'd like to see them in something else, maybe. Yeah. I would just like them to keep making Bills Hallmarks, honestly. Like, I want to see what happened next. Okay, so they got together. Then what happened? Like, Bills win and a baby. Like, there's got to be more. I don't want it to end. I don't want it to end. Yeah.
Make more Bills Hallmarks. That's the most Buffalo thing.
Bills Hallmarks. I've got to tape them, you know?
Absolutely,
First of all, Western New York, it's still 1992 here for us always. So we're taping it. We want more Hallmarks. We
That's
want
right.
I don't want it to end. I'm having so much fun with this and with seeing other people's reactions to it and them remembering, like you said about the bar that you went to. So I don't want it to end. I'd like it to keep going.
I mean, and then they didn't get Josh Allen or Haley, an actor. Could you imagine if
Okay,
Haley
I
was
will
in a
say-
Hallmark
had
movie?
shown up in this. Are you
They
kidding
needed
me?
to have like a glazing past of Josh Allen of some sort because he
Something.
does show up to everything in town. He's a great guy. Like he's not this, super unaccessible guy. I'm wondering it must be something like with his agent or something where he wasn't allowed to.
And Mahomes didn't last year, and
there
those
must be a
two were
rule.
friends, and also the two they're rivals, and probably there was a precedent set. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
Because
But I
you
was
hear
like,
Mahomes
man.
is also like that, like really
Yeah.
cool to come, and so he wasn't in the last one, and so
Just
I think
having Josh walk around in the background, like even if he
Yeah.
was
So
just
funny.
carrying a coffee in the background or
don't
something, I
even
was like,
mention
he needed it.
Oh,
Just
that would
don't
have
even
been so
mention-
good.
Haley's not showing up to
Bill's-
tailgates, right?
There's no way.
No, but she does come to the games. She comes to the games
I
and they're
love
very
the
cute.
idea of Haley jumping through a table.
She lives in Buffalo, which is crazy to me, in
That's
this little
wild.
mansion, he got her out here. They were very cute at his number got retired from his college. He went to Wyoming. They did the letter retirement this past weekend. She went to that. She was very cute. So yeah, we call her the Queen of Buffalo.
Queen of Buffalo.
Queen of
you
the
go.
Queen City. We got a new queen, Haley.
Oh
Yep.
wow, very nice. Listen, we've joked about it, but what was Tyler Hines and Hunter King doing out of
What were they
Buffalo?
doing? Why?
They wanted to be in so bad. They just wanted to be in it so bad.
What? But like in this
That
movie,
nonstop
why-
from Kansas City to Buffalo and
They didn't even
Southwest.
buy anything. I watched them walk away empty-handed. You show
Why
up
are
in my
they
movie
there?
in my town. You don't even support the business.
Right.
What did the magical Santa just poof him there for a second? Like what? What
Get
was that?
outta here.
Why were they there?
It's ridiculous.
Why were they there? And they could have. Dan was like, they're probably there for a Chiefs game, but they don't do any
I thought
tie-in.
Bills Chiefs,
But
but
they
no.
don't do like a
Could be.
thing where like the Chiefs are in town or anything like
Would've
that. to
made
like,
sense.
It
They
would've.
didn't. So now I'm just left wondering what the heck we're like. Hey, we're in Buffalo. Let's go to this tree lot.
Now, do the four of them have to go to the next one? Like, is
great-
this how it'll be? It'll just be
probably.
like
by,
on
the,
and
by
on.
the 10th one, it's just all cameos.
It's all
It's all cameos. Dan, any other questions?
Yeah, you mentioned him briefly. It was really the first mention since the synopsis, but the Magic Santa that we do get that was in the last year's movie is very specific. Like it's a very different Santa.
Yes.
Like a very different voice. And
Does he do any magic in this movie?
Mrs. Claus was running that store, and then he appears at a lot of different places.
Yeah.
He
But-
just really had candy canes all the time. I
Yeah,
was not into the Santa. They should have got Bill's Santa. We
Yeah,
have a
well-
guy who dresses the Santa, and he's the Bill Santa.
That makes sense. This guy, I would argue that last year he steals the hat. I don't know if he does any magic. I think he steals the hat and then he brings the hat back when they need
Klepto.
it.
Klepto Santa.
Santa.
It's just a weird Santa,
It
guys.
is.
It's weird, and it's a very interesting thing to bring over from the last.
Let's
movie.
do it. Let's do.
That's all
I'm
I'm
fine
saying.
with another one. Let's retire the Santa.
Retire the Santa.
Retire the Santa.
Sure.
He's kind of a skinny Santa, too.
He is
He's
very
Ozempic.
skinny. Yeah.
Little Ozempic-y Santa.
Retire the Santa. Haley will come to the retirement ceremony. It's gonna be great. We did it,
We
everybody.
did.
Congratulations.
V, if you don't need any help from us for sure, but I just.
But again, if you could please promote
in
the book, that'd be great
yeah,
for
yeah,
us.
I
number
will.
one- number one.
We should send
Try.
Patti
We're
out
gonna
there.
try.
In a world that seems to be just teetering on the edge every day, thank you for being just a source of hope and encouragement and articulation and authenticity and news. I from me to you and from a lot of other people,
And
thank
me.
you. Seriously.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Like I said, I wouldn't be here without you. So I really appreciate
We're
you.
going to put that on all the book
And
blurbs. from
yes,
now
and
on.
we know
put
that.
it on all the books. But let's get that book to number one. Why wouldn't
Why
wouldn't
would
should.
we do it?
I'm sure it's a great
Heavy
story.
on the com.
What's it
That's
called?
right. It's called Oh Christmas Tree.
I don't even know what it is. I'm like, I'll do it.
It's
Sure.
a rom-com, heavy on the com.
Yeah.
That's
We're gonna send you a
can
book
go to
today.
my
Right, send me a
We'll
book.
send you a book. That's right.
I love it. Thanks for having me, guys.
Absolutely,
It just
V.
makes my day.
We're going to be back tomorrow with another one. We're not even taking a day off this week. Thanksgiving, we'll be here.
We'll
It
be
doesn't-
here.
it
Doesn't
doesn't-
matter. That's what we do. It's
the Bills' way.
This is our Super Bowl.
That's right. That's the Bills' way. You got to power through. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Until then, maybe the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas! Deck the hallmarks of Bramble Jam podcast, and this week it's presented by Aura Frames. The show is produced by Brandon Gray. You can go to deckthehallmark.com to find out more information. Follow us on the socials at Deck the Hallmark, and you can find the best corner of the internet with ad-free podcasting, live videos, and chats about each movie on BrambleJamPlus.com.
Ad-free pasta?
Pasta, that
what
would
I
be great.
heard.
Ad-free pasta would be
I love that.
unbelievable.